Now in Good Morning Northwest, Idaho is about to carry out its first execution in a dozen years. We have a live report from Boise.
Well, the promised wet weather is here. Now, what form it'll take and how long it'll last. Plus, we're going to have a discussion about all those winds. That's coming your way.
And a scare on a Western Washington College campus. What shut down the school and the concerns about the report. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your Wednesday with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, February 28th. We begin this hour with breaking news. In just a few hours, Idaho serial killer Thomas Creech is scheduled to be put to death in Boise.
Barring any last-minute stays of execution, he'll die by lethal injection at 9 o'clock this morning. Our Jordan Smith is live in Boise. Now, Jordan, Creech has been fighting this execution at every step, it seems like, but his options looks like are coming to an end.
Yeah, Idaho's longest standing inmate on death row is down to his final 3 hours. Thomas Creech and his attorneys have filed a flurry of paperwork and appeals to 4 separate courts within the last several months and are hoping for a late stay of execution to be issued. Now, let's catch you up to speed about Thomas Creech. He's convicted of murdering 5 people across 3 states, and he's been linked to 11 murders nationwide. He was placed on death row back in 1983 for murdering David Jensen, a disabled prisoner. Creech killed him using a battery-filled sock in 1981. Creech has evaded capital punishment over the years. This is the 12th death warrant he's been served. Now, this has not been without controversy. Protesters gathered at the state capitol Tuesday morning here in Boise with a petition signed by Governor Brad Little urging Governor Brad Little to halt this execution. Even the judge who sentenced Creech to death more than 40 years ago has changed his stance, saying that killing him would be an act of vengeance. But Governor Little does believe that the state is long overdue in getting justice for Creech's crimes. And as we've said here in the last half hour, Creech down to his final 3 hours here. It's likely he'll be escorted into the death chamber around 10 o'clock Boise time, where he'll be read a summary of his death warrants and be asked if he has any final words he'd like to say before that lethal injection takes place. Reporting live here in Boise this morning, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you so much. And new from the Breaking Now desk. Accused quadruple killer Bryan Kohberger is expected to be back in court today in Latah County. The prosecution has asked the judge to schedule a trial this summer, arguing it would be the least disruptive to Moscow High School, which is right across the street, and the community at large. But Kohberger's defense wants the trial moved out of Latah County altogether. His lawyers argue fair and impartial jurors cannot be found in Latah County, while the state argues the case has received worldwide attention and there's no evidence to show jurors wouldn't be fair. Now, today's hearing will also focus on the investigative genealogy evidence in the case. Investigators used IgG to initially identify Kohberger as a suspect. In a court filing earlier this month, the defense asked for 3 experts to view the genealogy material collected. And although the evidence was handed over, prosecutors argued that the defense failed to make an adequate argument as to why they needed to see that information. Today's hearing reflects the defense's close examination of how IgG was used during the investigation to the murders. And the hearing is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it will be streamed on the court's YouTube channel. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now. Natalie.
Sydney, thanks. All right, let's turn things over to Mark Peterson here for a first look at our forecast here. Mark, some of us waking up with a little bit of snow.
Yeah, most of it into the lower elevation, sitting on your front yard, side yards. We have what is a very wet sky cam. We're sitting at 34 degrees, wind south to 11 miles an hour. This is the calmest it's been all morning. At 34, we're seeing sort of rain snow mix downtown into the West Plains. Elsewhere, they are seeing some light snow. 4 things you need to know. The wet valley roads are out there. So again, just allow a little extra time. Heavy mountain snow still falling. And in fact, we're seeing 4 inches at Mount Spokane right now. That's great news. But gusty winds all day. And again, Silver Mountain has delayed and is in a 3-hour delay for the gondola to run. Rain and wind is going to continue all the way through Thursday. Things should improve getting into Friday. We do have in our forecast radar what will be rain throughout the day. We're going to see, again, the mountain snows starting to become more isolated as things warm up into the afternoon. But crossing over Lookout, you know you're going to have winter driving, so take it easy. Snoqualmie Pass and the Cascades are getting hammered right now. We're going to continue to see that rain in our area. Today, we're going to get into the mid-40s. We'll see the transition, that rain, but also the wind to go with that all day long.
In Western Washington, Bellevue College will reopen this morning. The campus closed most of yesterday following reports of a rapist on campus. A woman told police she went into one of the restrooms. A man was waiting inside. She told them he held her at knife point and sexually assaulted her. Officers said the woman had cuts on her body and was taken to a hospital. Police say they have found inconsistencies with the report and the evidence that was found. They do not believe there is ongoing threat, which is why the campus is reopening as normal this morning. Detectives hope to release more information in the coming days.
A bill that would have capped rent increases in Washington has died in the House. Now, if passed, House Bill 2114 would have capped rent hikes at 7% and monthly late fees at 1.5%. Supporters of the bill said rent has skyrocketed in the last 3 or 4 years, and 7% cap would have helped stabilize people in their homes. Now, critics of the bill worried that the rate keeping up with market values for landlords. The Senate voted it down yesterday.
New on Good Morning Northwest, marijuana dispensaries and other licensed CBD businesses could soon get new protections under a bill co-sponsored by Washington Senator Maria Cantwell. The Secure and Fair Enforcement Regulation Banking Act of 2023 would allow those businesses access to banking and financial services. Because banks fear prosecution due to existing federal restrictions on cannabis, most marijuana businesses operate as cash only. This makes them much more vulnerable to theft and puts their employees in danger of violence. In a statement, Cantwell says, last year, there were more than 50 robbery attempts at marijuana dispensaries in the state of Washington. This bill will take the target off the backs of our state's dispensaries by updating federal banking laws so they don't have to do all of their business in cash. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6 minutes after 6.
We're waking up to some cooler temperatures, some maybe even seeing snow. Mark Peterson is tracking it all for us this morning as he makes his way over to the weather screens. There you are.
Be bopping around. Yeah, I'm just really tracking where we're seeing it. We're starting to see that warmer air slowly move in. But again, into the mid-40s today, but make sure those kids are well dressed because that light snow and rain still coming down a little sideways out there.
In today's Money Makeover, I'm breaking down the financial aid resources out there for college students and how you can get help for every step.
And the mass killings at a Las Vegas concert spurred the Trump administration to outlaw bump stocks. Coming up, why the U.S. Supreme Court will hear the case and what justices are actually being asked to consider. Coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tires do more than keep your vehicle moving forward.
At Perfection Tire, we maximize your safety, fuel efficiency, and driving comfort with the right tires for you.
Quality Cooper tires, knowledgeable people. Nobody beats perfection.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
It's time to double down on the fun at Ski Lookout Pass with deals like Lookout's Golden Pass. Show a valid season pass from any other mountain in the world and score a full day regular rate lift ticket to Lookout for half price. That's right, come shred twice the terrain for half the price. Known for impeccable grooming and plenty of powder, Lookout's new Eagle Peak expansion awaits. This epic deal is valid Monday through Thursday, excluding holiday periods. Find more deals at skilookout.com/deals. See you on the mountain.
Sorry, body, for knowing about actives, but giving 100% of them to my face. But fear no more, body. Get active serums with hyaluronic acid that quench, vitamin C that brightens, and pro-ceramides that even everywhere. New Dove Serum Body Washes. Get Dove or get FOMO.
Shake up your shower with a flavor for every feeling. This Dove freshens you up. This Dove winds you down. This Dove leaves you glowing. And this Dove keeps you going. So whatever care you care about, there's a Dove for everybody.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I got a call swap.
You forgot your check.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Perfection Tire uses the latest innovative automotive equipment and technology.
Plus, get the specialized touch of our certified techs who provide knowledgeable, caring service.
Cutting edge tech, down to earth people. Nobody beats perfection.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
At 6:10, here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. An announcement from Macy's could change the retail landscape.
The department store announcing it's closing 150 stores in the next 3 years. The 166-year-old retailer is making the move to focus instead on expanding its luxury brands of Bloomingdale's and Bluemercury Cosmetics stores. Now, 50 will close as soon as this year. So far, only a few locations have confirmed to be closing. That includes stores in Florida, California, Virginia, and Hawaii. Macy's has some local stores in our area in Spokane Valley and in Coeur d'Alene.
The Supreme Court will begin to hear a case about the ban on bump stocks today. Bump stocks are devices added to semi-automatic rifles to essentially allow them to be fired more rapidly, like a machine gun. President Donald Trump signed an executive order making bump stocks illegal in 2018. But a Texas gun shop owner and gun rights advocate, Michael Cargill, sued the government over the ban. In the case, the justices will take into consideration the legal definition of a machine gun.
Today, President Joe Biden is issuing an executive order that focuses on protecting Americans' personal data. Now, according to a senior U.S. official, the directive is aimed at stopping foreign governments from legally buying Americans' information, including health and geolocation data. National security officials have been concerned about the intelligence adversaries can get from buying and selling such information.
And this morning, historic February wildfires are scorching parts of the southern plains, forcing the governor of Texas to issue disaster declarations in more than 60 counties. The heat and heavy winds fueling the flames in the Texas Panhandle. The city of Canadian, northeast of Amarillo, surrounded by fire. Fire officials say it could take days to assess the damage from all of those fires.
In our Wednesday morning 10-second takeaway, it's the wet weather we're going to see all day, transitioning from light snow to rain. The winds are going to be with us all day long, so make sure you got a great jacket on. High today is going to be 45.
It has been 6 months since devastating wildfires destroyed nearly everything in the communities of Elk and Medical Lake. Right now, FEMA inspectors are in the impacted areas to inspect damages and determine the need for recovery following the Biden administration's recent disaster declaration. Now, we first introduced you to Ryan Krause in August. The Oregon Road fire took everything from him and his family. And as he's rebuilding, a FEMA officer visited him for a damage inspection on Sunday. Krause says he's grateful for the extra help.
Gives us the indication that the ball is actually rolling, that it's not just us as a community alone, getting through this, which we've done really, really well.
Right now, more than 60 FEMA officers are in the area. FEMA says the more documents you can provide, the better for them to understand the damage and to figure out your payout. FEMA funding will cover things that have not been covered by individual home insurance. For additional support, the Small Business Administration also has resources for loans. The deadline to apply for FEMA funding is April 20th. And it's good to see some progress in those areas for sure.
Definitely.
Your Good Morning Northwest time, 6:13.
It's a huge move when your kids go to college, and figuring out how to pay for it can be a whole new level of stress. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. Just ahead, Allison Martinez will join us in studio with today's Money Makeover, focusing on ways to make college affordable.
And we got a wintry start to the morning. What does the rest of the day hold? Well, Mark's forecast is coming right up. And as we send you off to break, here's a live look at the roads for your Wednesday. Things are looking pretty clear out there. Little wetness on the roads. We'll be right back after the break.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor & Home.
I'm worried about the draft. We got some bad zone control, and I'm concerned we're not bringing the heat. Look at this, crossover's off. We've got a weak dribble. We need a solid block, just not enough pressure. What do you think?
I think I'm doing just fine.
What?
Bill's Heating and AC is offering financing as low as 0% for 5 years. Call today.
For all your heating and cooling needs, leave it to the real professionals at Bill's.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Mom's gonna love this.
All right, kids, come on. It's time for bed.
Good morning, Mr. Snuggles.
Make breakfast special with the cocoa and hazelnutty goodness of Nutella.
He was a University High School freshman who needed extra attention, but the person hired to help him violated him instead. Where is that paraeducator now? How much did the school have to pay? And why wasn't this case enough to stop it from happening again? Watch Thursday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
It's time to leap into savings this February at both Cal Superstores in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene, as Cal Cars is offering a super deal where you can bring your tax return in and Cal will help match it up to $2,000. Plus, when you come in and take a test drive, you'll qualify to win $250,000 on February 29th. It's the perfect chance to get a new set of wheels for less with a $2,000 tax match. This week at Cal.
See your favorite Paw Patrol characters live on stage in the all-new Paw Patrol Live Heroes Unite. You and your kids will love this interactive adventure.
Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts this weekend only. Get tickets now at pawpatrollive.com.
At first, I used Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades.
And with all the varieties, organic, reduced sodium, and now the culinary collection,
It's like the deliciousness never ends.
make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
Your dream home starts at Floor and Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor and Home.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It is now 6:17. It is crunch time for students heading to college and their parents.
Applying for state and federal aid can be stressful and discouraging, but the College Success Foundation says with the right resources, it doesn't have to be this way. Allison Martinez is joining us live in studio this morning to break down some money-saving tips your college student needs. Allison.
Graduating from high school means new and exciting opportunities are just around the corner. This can mean a 2 or 4 year program, trade school, or an apprenticeship. Whatever post-secondary pathway you take, the College Success Foundation can help you make it as easy and affordable as possible. Washington historically ranks very low for FAFSA completion. Millions of financial aid dollars go unclaimed every year.
Washington leads the nation in terms of generosity of both state aid as well as that coupled with federal aid. So with that, we tell students and families all the time, you want to apply for the FAFSA, fill out the FAFSA application, which is the free application for federal student aid, and that unlocks thousands of dollars.
This year, a brand new version of the form should make life easier for families. Fewer documents are needed because federal tax information is automatically collected from your 2022 tax details.
If you answered the questions correctly, making sure you read it through each page, it is going to feel like it's fast because a lot of things have been streamlined in the background and a lot of things have been made a lot easier for students and parents when completing the form.
In Washington, 70% of jobs require some form of additional education, whether that's a degree, certification, or a training program. Reaching this next step can be much more realistic with financial support. The College Success Foundation is partnering with multiple community resources to walk you through every step of these forms in person. For more details on how you can attend, you can go to our website, kxly.com. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks so much.
Hey, let's take a live look at the Spokane Arena. Big happening starting today. The State B basketball tournament begins today, goes all the way through the weekend. 960 athletes will be here for that.
It occurs to me that we've had very few occasions where the weather is really nice during B basketball.
True. They're getting used to it. The people.
No, I'm just looking for a scapegoat. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we've just decided Mother Nature's drunk. All right, here we go. Gusty winds, gusts in excess 20 miles an hour. We've seen the ebb and flow of winds. That's going to continue, but breezy conditions in and around the region. 45 for the high today, but wind gusts potentially to 45 miles an hour at times into the West Plains, Central Basin. 20 to 30 mile an hour winds for us should be pretty much a norm this afternoon. 41 will be the overnight low. So we're going to hold on to the valley rain. We're going to have the mountain snow continuing, but we're going to see that snow level climb up. Now, we've had, again, light snow throughout the morning, much of it not sticking to any roadways, but we're now starting to see that warmer air starting to work its way in, and that's really going to be our day today as the snow level continues to climb. We will see everything transition to rain and then stay there through the overnight into tomorrow. So this is 5 o'clock. We're forecasting eastern Washington and much of North Idaho getting rain showers, even as high as 3,500 feet, maybe 4,000 feet. Then a little cool down in the early morning hours, and then we're going to see more snow for the higher elevations continuing. Cascades are going to get hammered today into tomorrow, but then everything shifts southward. We'll see California get a big push, and we're going to get those remnants. So it's going to be bands of moisture instead of what we see now, which is the consistent moisture. All right, snow levels are, again, relatively low right now. They're going to rise up through the day. So we're seeing these really come into play, looking at 2 inches in Coeur d'Alene into those higher elevations, changing over to rain. 45 the high. Ritzville, you're going to be 49, low 50s into Moses Lake. And we're going to see temperatures into the mid-40s today, tomorrow, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Friday 41, and then upper 30s for the weekend. But hit and miss showers following Friday with about a 50% chance of some light snow.
All right. Jacket's handy.
It'll be interesting, Mark. Thanks. It's now 6:21.
News conference, new teams, new opportunities. That's the way WSU head football coach Jake Dickert is looking at this upcoming season. But who is he especially excited to compete against? Find out after the break. It's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it's time to choose the right products for your new kitchen or bathroom, Ferguson Showroom Consultants are here to help. With the expertise to navigate even the most complex projects, our team will advise you on the latest products and innovative new features. We'll take care of the details so you can make the best choices for your home. At Ferguson, your project is our priority. Visit your local Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery to shop the best selection of brands like Monogram,
Willie Nelson and Family. On the road again. Bob Dylan. John Mellencamp. I was born in a small town. And more. Friday, August 9th, One Spokane Stadium for the 2024 Outlaw Music Festival. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at ticketswest.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
Just roll me up and smoke me when I
Produced by Live Nation.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Hi, I'm Robert Sacre. You may know me from my basketball career. But what you don't know is I'm a father of 4, and life can get pretty chaotic. So that's why I'm getting a vasectomy at North Idaho Urology, so I can finally sit back and enjoy the madness.
Vasectomy season is back. Scheduled today at North Idaho Urology.
It only happens once every 4 years. So this week, Walker's Furniture is celebrating Leap Year with the biggest discounts of the year, where you can get unbeatable savings. Every bedroom set, dining room set, and comfortable sofas or sectionals, where you can take advantage of no-interest financing until next Leap Year with no money down. But you better hurry to save this big.
Because savings like these only happen every 4 years at Walker's.
We're all new with Stephen Moyer. I heard that there might be a True Blood reboot. Would you be into that?
If you're watching, I'm in.
Next, Kelly. Sexy vampire, rescues dogs. You would be a hit on Tinder.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
As you take a look at the schedule here, I mean, what sticks out to you?
I think the biggest thing is, I think our administration does an amazing job of Texas Tech being at home is going to be an amazing football game. It's Hall of Fame weekend. Excited about what that's going to be and what that type of crowd is. Obviously, the Apple Cup being in Lumen Field. From our players to our fans to a lot of our recruits, they're very excited about going out there and playing in Lumen Field. And just going to be a little bit different doing that game in September. And then obviously, as you go throughout the other slate of games, it's going to be different challenges. I spent 3 years in that league. Understand, it isn't just easy to go on the road and play at a Boise, to play at a Fresno, but excited about that. And bottom line is, I can't wait for our fans to pack Giesa Field 6 times out of the year. I still get goosebumps thinking about running out of that tunnel at Wisconsin game or with Oregon State and what that means to our football players and our program. So we need you, Cougs.
You have an in-state rival that just went to a national championship game. I know all the games in here you circle on the calendar, but is that one circled, if they're all in black ink, that one in red?
Well, it's not about them, it's about us, all right? But the Apple Cup is a long-standing tradition that what I love about it is splits households all throughout our state. And going back to even this Apple Cup, obviously a worthy opponent. They had a lot on the line last year. We had a lot on the line last year. It was as loud as it can be. Game went back and forth. It's just amazing what it means to our program, our fans, and really what it means to our players.
And you can watch Julian's full interview with Jake Dickert right now on KXLY.com if you're so inclined.
Get you geared up for football season.
It's now 6:26.
We are just hours away from one of Idaho's most notorious killers being put to death.
Jordan Smith is live in Boise this morning ahead of Thomas Creech's execution.
That's right, 2.5 hours away. Coming up after the break here, we'll give you a timeline of what we can expect in the hours leading up to this lethal injection here in Boise.
And we are just days away from another potential government shutdown. Sydney Charles is breaking down what needs to happen to avoid it. As we go to break, your first look at what's coming up on GMA starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, murder in Amish country.
Everybody's just stunned. Nobody could even imagine.
Investigators descending upon this quiet road in rural Pennsylvania, desperately searching for clues surrounding the murder of a pregnant Amish woman, Rebecca Byler. Police finding the 23-year-old inside her house Monday afternoon, calling the circumstances of her death suspicious. ABC affiliate WJET reporting that the victim was 6 months pregnant and that her 2 young children were home when the body was discovered. They say her husband was reportedly not home during the time of the murder.
We want to solve this just like the community wants us to solve it. So any information that's out there, we want people to come forward and help us resolve this issue.
And we'll have much more on this urgent investigation coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Erie, Pennsylvania.
Asthma. It can make you miss out on those epic hikes with friends. Step back out there with Fasenra. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma that is taken once every 8 weeks. Fasenra helps prevent asthma attacks. Most patients did not have an attack in the first year. Fasenra is proven to help you breathe better so you can get back to doing day-to-day activities. And Fasenra helps lower the use of oral steroids. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems or other eosinophilic conditions. Allergic reactions may occur. Don't stop your asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens. Headache and sore throat may occur. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. Get back to better breathing. Get back to what you've missed. Ask your doctor about Fasenra, the only asthma treatment taken once every 8 weeks. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
For a limited time, Pape Machinery is blowing out select model year 2023 inventory at dealer cost. Pick up a brand new John Deere compact tractor for a fraction of the original price. Stop by Pape Machinery Ag and Turf today to get started.
combination of fun and performance is why Kylie and I are excited to show you the Subaru Crosstrek.
The all-wheel drive Crosstrek offers an available 2.5-liter Subaru Boxer engine, giving you extra performance and power unlike anything on or off the road.
There's no shortage of space for passengers and a surprising amount of cargo room for your gear.
The Crosstrek now offers an 11.6-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto integration.
Check out the Subaru Crosstrek and receive no-problem customer attention at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
Feeling Claritin Clear is like...
Is she?
Playing with the confidence of a pro and getting all up in that grass as if she doesn't have allergies. Yeah.
Nice.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker focusing on the morning's biggest stories.
Accused quadruple killer Bryan Kohberger is expected to be back in court today in Latah County. Kohberger's defense wants the trial moved out of Latah County altogether. Today's hearing will also focus on the investigative genealogy evidence in the case. Investigators used IgG to initially identify Kohberger as the suspect. The hearing is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it will be streamed on the court's YouTube channel. But our top story this morning is the impending execution of Thomas Creech.
Jordan Smith is in Boise this morning, where Creech is scheduled to die by lethal injection at 9 o'clock. And Jordan, this execution has split opinions, with many calling for last-minute clemency.
Yeah, there's been a lot of surprising voices that are advocating that Creech stays alive, including the judge who sentenced him to death back in 1983. And this is a story that people are following all across the country here. Just yesterday, protesters here in the state capitol went to Governor Little with a petition holding thousands of signatures calling for the governor to put a halt on this execution. And Governor Little, he has been firm, as we've reported. In a recent statement, he says that the state is long overdue in receiving justice for Creech's crimes. It's unlikely that he's going to intervene. Now, Creech and his attorneys have also filed a stay of execution with the U.S. Supreme Court. That happened on Monday. But as it stands right now, Creech is in his final hours. That lethal injection expected to take place 2.5 hours from right now. Now, a pilot car is escorting the media inside the correctional facility here. We're about to follow them inside, and that's where we'll be directed to a media tent. This execution expected to take place at 10 o'clock Boise time, and we'll be sure to update you throughout the day. We'll be live tweeting, and then, of course, we'll have an update on KXLY.com as we get more information from today's execution. Reporting live here in Boise this morning, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
How much we'll be checking in. Mark Peterson here with our first alert forecast.
Yeah, tracking some light snow in the region. That's going to transition to rain later on. In fact, we look at what we have when it comes to the radar, and this has really been an I-90 Spokane south and east event. Higher elevation still picking up some light snow. Mount Spokane picking up 4 inches. Silver picking up 4 inches. Again, Silver, because of the winds, is delayed by 3 hours this morning. So these winds are going to play a part. We have winds 13 gusting to 22, and we're sitting at 34 degrees. So we're right on that cusp. We look at the 4 things you need to know. Wet valley roads, they're there. Heavy mountain snows continue to fall. Gusty winds are going to be with us all day, and we're going to see it continue into Thursday along with more rain. Our forecast radar is busy. All of this sitting into eastern Washington, North Idaho. We do have rain all the way into Grand Coulee. We're expecting our highs today to be 45 degrees. We'll have more on this coming up in just a little bit.
Mark, thanks so much. A 19-year-old is charged for killing a man on the South Hill last year. Caleb Hewings is accused of killing Alvin Galeos in his apartment last April. According to court documents, Hewings had gone to Galeo's apartment and stabbed him in the side of the neck, collarbone, and head. Detectives have been working with DNA evidence, cell phone records, and social media postings to present evidence that Hewings was responsible for the murder. In court documents, witnesses Galeo molested Hewings when he was 16, and that was the motive for the crime. Hewings was 17 when the murder happened, but faces adult charges under state law. He's being held on $250,000 bond.
At the Breaking Now desk, lawmakers have just 2 days to avoid a partial government shutdown. This morning, we're learning about a potential solution. It's not the 4 spending bills negotiators are crafting. Instead, it's another stopgap measure. The plan has 2 stages. The 4 government agencies that would close after Friday would get another week of funding. They include the Departments of Transportation, Veterans Affairs, Agriculture, and Housing and Urban Development. The funding deadline for everything else would be March 22nd.
They've had months to do this stuff. I mean, my patience has run out.
Now, some lawmakers and House Speaker Mike Johnson's own party object to another stopgap measure. Others think it's better than repeated rushes to avoid shutdowns. Now, following a meeting with President Joe Biden yesterday, top congressional leaders say they're getting closer to a long-term budget. It consists of 4 spending bills. And today is the first day the House could possibly vote on that legislation since representatives are back from a recess. But negotiators are not ready to release that final text. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. In Michigan, success for protests against President Biden for his handling of the war in Gaza. Organizers were hoping to get 10,000 votes for uncommitted in the state's primary yesterday. So far, those numbers show more than 100,000 votes against the president. Still, Biden secured 80% of the vote. On the Republican side, Donald Trump cruised to victory over Nikki Haley. She's promised to stay in the race through Super Tuesday next week.
2 restaurants near Spokane Community College face uncertain futures due to a recent fire. Last week, a fire damaged Sparky's Subs and Que Sabroso on East Mission. Sparky's had been around for 30 years, but Que Sabroso was getting ready to open its doors for the first time on Friday. The owner of Que Sabroso was still in the process of getting her insurance set up when the fire started, so she has to start over. Neither business owner knows when they'll be able to open.
You walk in and it's empty walls. It's different. I don't know. You know, this has been traumatizing.
To learn how you can give these businesses a helping hand, look for the link inside this story on KXLY.com.
Another local restaurant struggling to make ends meet has shared a new update. Last week, we told you about Gordy's Szechuan Cafe on the South Hill and the fact that it shut down its dine-in service, only offering takeout. But now Gordy's says it'll take steps to reopen its dining room. The restaurant posted on social media that things are slowly getting back to normal, thanks to support from the community. Now, Gordy's plans to open their dining room for lunch service beginning on March 5th. Takeout and delivery will be available still at dinner time.
The city of Coeur d'Alene is planting for the future, and the clock is ticking to get a free tree from the city. Relief CDA offers street trees for free. They are planted at no cost to enhance neighborhoods. These trees provide street-side benefits like managing the stormwater and reducing pollution. All you have to do is to agree to take care of the trees by making sure they get water and are protected from lawn care equipment. The deadline to apply for a free tree is March 29th. To find out how to apply, check out KXLY.com. Our time is now 6:37.
Let's check back in with Mark Peterson to see what he's tracking this morning. Some of us waking up to a little bit of snow, but it's still chilly out there.
Yeah, the winds now. So we have temperatures in the mid-30s. We're sitting at 34 degrees, but the winds are taking 10 degrees away from that when it comes to our wind chill.
Yeah.
This is why we all have to put on those layers as we head out, and a waterproof layer as well. There's the side of the B basketball tournament that's getting underway, your Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena.
Colorectal cancer cases in younger adults are growing. After the break, what signs you need to be aware of.
More than 600 people reported their bikes stolen in Spokane last year. Not that many got theirs back. How law enforcement says you can increase your chances of reuniting with your bike. That's coming up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
He was a university high school freshman who needed extra attention, but the person hired to help him violated him instead. Where is that paraeducator now? How much did the school have to pay? And why wasn't this case enough to stop it from happening again? Watch Thursday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
Another great project in the books. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, along with Horizon Credit Union and the volunteers, have transformed Women Helping Women's Fund's new office spaces. We couldn't thank them enough. So many volunteers, again, a lot of them, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This or that, this or that. You can do this when you Angie that. You can do this when you Angie that. You can do this because everywhere it's at.
Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Get started today at Angie.com.
Get it clean you can see with the Maytag Pet Pro Top Load Washer.
Save over 37% on a Maytag top load set on sale at Fred's for only $7.49 each.
The washer removes 5 times more pet hair with a Pet Pro filter.
It also has a deep fill option to soak away your biggest messes.
This Maytag set is only $7.49 each. That's over a 37% savings.
Fred's is your go-to destination for the best value in laundry sets.
Start living your life to the fullest by living simply in a tiny home from Portable Cedar Cabins. Less is truly more with all the amenities and comforts of a traditional home with a much smaller footprint. Each home is custom built and ready for you to move in and start enjoying the little things in life, including financial freedom. Homes from Portable Cedar Cabins are about half the price of the competition and about a quarter of the cost of a traditional home. Contact Portable Cedar Cabins today. Your worry-free tiny home is waiting for you just north of Spirit Lake, Idaho on Highway 41.
Frizz, dryness, breakage. New Dove 10-in-1 Serum Hair Mask with Peptide Complex fortifies hair bonds at a molecular level. Helps reverse 10 signs of damage in 1 minute. Keep living. We'll keep repairing.
What if you could go from this to this with just one step? TRESemmé Silk Serum. Time for the ultimate humidity test. Weightlessly smooth hair. Your turn. New TRESemmé Keratin Smooth Collection.
We're building a better postal service. All parts working in sync to move your business forward. For more value, more reliability, and more on-time deliveries. The United States Postal Service, built for how you business.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:40. More adults across the U.S. are being diagnosed with colorectal cancer at younger ages. 1 in every 5 new cases are among people in their early 50s or younger, according to the American Cancer Society. Now, it's important to know that the top 4 signs of colorectal cancer are abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, diarrhea, and iron deficiency anemia.
Colorectal cancer is always thought to be a disease of older people. However, we know that age is not the only factor that contributes to this, and we're seeing a rise in patients in their 30s and 40s across the United States.
Now, you can reduce your risk by having a healthy diet, getting plenty of exercise, and avoiding smoking and heavy alcohol use.
All right, good morning, everybody. The 10-second takeaway on your screen. Yeah, it's going to be wet weather all day today. We'll see a transition from this light snow to light rain. It's going to be windy, so make sure you got a good jacket. Layers, please. 45 the high today.
When the weather starts to warm again and dry up, many of us will take our bikes out of storage. But beware, bike theft has skyrocketed. Last year, more than 600 people had their bikes stolen, and that's the ones that were reported. Only 67 of them actually got theirs back.
When you spend so much money on your bike, sometimes, you know, the bikes that get turned in are $50 and sometimes they're $5,000. And people bring those into the cop shops and they haven't been registered.
Community-Oriented Policing Services, or COPS, is a local nonprofit that works closely with police. They say one of the biggest issues is when bikes are recovered and they haven't been registered to an owner. COPS says it is easy to do, and to do that, we have put a link on KXLY.com. Also in this web story, we've given you other ideas to protect your bikes.
Those bikes back.
Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:42.
Allison Martinez is live in studio this morning for our Money Makeover series.
This morning, I'm breaking down the financial aid resources all families with college students need to know about coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Willie Nelson and family.
On the road again.
Bob Dylan. John Mellencamp.
I was born in a small town.
And more. Friday, August 9th, One Spokane Stadium for the 2024 Outlaw Music Festival. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at ticketswest.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
Just roll me up and smoke me when I...
Produced by Live Nation.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
There are some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks.
Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment
And benefit choices,
so you can reach today's financial goals
that one,
and look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
I was 34. I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
For a limited time, Pape Machinery is blowing out select model year 2023 inventory at dealer cost. Pick up a brand new John Deere compact tractor for a fraction of the original price. Stop by Pape Machinery Ag and Turf today to get started.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts. 4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire.
It's now 6:45. Millions of financial aid dollars are going untouched by Washington students.
Washington lags behind as 48th in the nation for completed FAFSA submissions. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is joining us live in studio to break down how your college students can claim these dollars and more. Allison.
Financial stability is something we all strive for. Meeting this goal can be especially difficult for young adults transitioning into their careers. State and federal grants are open to students in 2- or 4-year programs, apprenticeships, and trade school. Many families struggle to complete their forms, and the College Success Foundation wants to help. The organization guides students to identify their goals after high school. Then they walk them through the necessary forms to make those dreams a financial reality.
By completing the FAFSA application, they can access these grants and scholarships and find out how much truly post-secondary education might cost, and it is often for students and families much more affordable than they would think.
Washington historically ranks very low for FAFSA completion. This year, a brand new version of the form could simplify the process. The College Success Foundation can guide you through each step for free.
There is no such thing as a dumb question. Everybody is at a different level when completing the FAFSA, and so it could be completely new to you. It could be something you've done for a while, and the changes have made you question how to do the FAFSA form. We're here to help out with that.
In Washington, 70% of jobs require some form of additional education, whether that's a degree, certification, or a training program. Reaching this next step can be much more realistic with financial support. Each state and college have different deadlines for FAFSA submissions. The best way to make sure your family meets their deadlines is to check in with a school guidance counselor or career advisor. All week long, I'll be talking to local experts to help you manage your finances for Money Makeover Week. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks so much.
As we take a live look at the Spokane Arena, this is the time. State B basketball tournament starts today. Boys and girls from all over coming here to compete. 960 athletes, basketball players will be here.
Wow.
So you're going to see another 5,000 to 10,000 people running around downtown. Make sure you're wearing, the good Carhartts. stay warm, people. All right, here we go. This is what's happening right now. We have a system that is into the Gulf of Alaska. It is a huge low. So circle the low itself, but it extends all the way down and then crosses over right now the Pacific Northwest. It's slowly going to work its way south. All right, so we've got winds with this front that's coming in. We're going to see the winds pick up for this afternoon and overnight into Thursday. Gusts to 21 in the valley. We've seen gusts to 25 already today. Gusts to 45 potentially. 45 will be also our high today. A lot of numbers today. So make sure that you're prepared because the winds put in the wind chill and also the rain that is going to be coming in following the very light snow that falls. 41 with rain overnight in the valley. It's going to be snow into the mountains. We're seeing that snow right now, but changing over to rain as it comes in. So we're seeing that happen right now with warming temperatures into the West Plains And we're going to see hit and miss showers all the way through Friday. We're expecting to see rain for not only today, tonight, but tomorrow, because we're going to remain mild. I mean, 41 for the overnight low. But the mountains are going to continue to get it. Therefore, if you're traveling into Montana or over to Seattle, Snoqualmie Pass is going to be a mess. Stevens Pass is already blocked with snow, and we see Lookout Pass getting more snow. We have snow into the ski areas, but we also have a lot of wind, and that's delaying Silver for 3 hours because of those winds. So they'll open up around 11 o'clock. So we see, a couple of inches of snow coming into the Coeur d'Alene area, more so into the higher elevation. Sandpoint could see 4 to 6. So be ready for that. Temperatures into the mid-40s, Colville, Spokane, down into the Palouse. We'll see that again tomorrow. Windy, that mix of rain in the valley, snow into the mountains, and then hit and miss showers with temperatures hovering around 40 degrees through the weekend.
All righty, sounds good. Be ready. Thanks,
None of it's going to be pretty.
No.
We've been warned. Thank you, friend. It is now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest to start off your Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Missisquoi Casino Hotel.
Are you getting tired of that constant drip of the faucet? Or are your drains running a little slow? Call Gold Seal Plumbing today to take care of those pesky drips and slow drains when it's not an emergency. You'll save yourself a lot of money and stress, not to mention the annoying sound of that drip. So if you need a plumber, call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
When it's time to choose the right products for your new kitchen or bathroom, Ferguson Showroom Consultants are here to help. With the expertise to navigate even the most complex projects, our team will advise you on the latest products and innovative new features. We'll take care of the details so you can make the best choices for your home. At Ferguson, your project is our priority. Visit your local Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery to shop the best selection of brands like Monogram.
At first, I used Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And now there's the Culinary Collection. Italian herb for pasta, smoky chipotle for fajitas. It's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen, girl.
Try dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints.
Missisquoi Casino Hotel is opening Friday, March 8th. Plus, our 4,000 square foot event center will be available for you to book your future meetings or events. Missisquoi Casino Hotel.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
Brian Kohberger will be back in court today. Sydney Charles is breaking down what arguments are being heard in Latah County.
Allison Martinez sharing tips from an expert on ways to make college affordable.
And a winter weather advisory is in place right now. Mark has your forecast just ahead.
But first, breaking news. In just a couple of hours, Idaho serial killer Thomas Creech is scheduled to be put to death in Boise. Barring any last-minute stays of execution, he will die by lethal injection at 9 this morning. Creech and his attorneys have filed a flurry of appeals to 4 different courts in a final effort for clemency. He's convicted of murdering 5 people across 3 states and has been linked to 11 murders nationwide. He was placed on death row in 1983 for murdering David Jensen, a disabled prisoner. Creech has evaded capital punishment over the years. This is the 12th death warrant he has been served. We'll have live coverage from Boise throughout this morning and into our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast tonight.
Accused quadruple killer Bryan Kohberger is expected to be back in court today in Latah County. The prosecution has asked the judge to schedule a trial this summer, arguing it would be the least disruptive to the community. But Kohberger's defense wants the trial moved out of Latah County altogether. Now, today's hearing will also focus on the investigative genealogy evidence in the case. Investigators used IgG to initially identify Kohberger as a suspect. The hearing is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and it will be streamed on the court's YouTube channel.
All right, good morning. We had light snow and now we have light rain coming into Spokane, but we do have reports out of North Hayden in some of the higher elevations, about 3 inches. So you can see this is now going to be a rain event for the rest of the day. Temperatures currently are sitting into the mid to upper 30s, but the winds are in excess of 20 miles an hour at times. Our day today, we're going to be 45, 46 degrees with that light rain all day long.
A 19-year-old is charged for killing a man on the South Hill last year. Caleb Hewlings is accused of killing Alvin Gallegos in his apartment last April. According to court documents, Hewlings had gone to Gallegos' apartment and stabbed him in the side of the neck, collarbone, and head. Detectives have been working with DNA evidence, cell phone records, and social media postings to present evidence that Hewlings was responsible for the murder. Now, in court documents, witnesses said Gallegos molested Hewlings when he was 16, and that was the motive for the crime. Hewlings is being held on $250,000 bond.
In Western Washington, Bellevue College will reopen this morning. The campus closed most of yesterday following reports of a rapist on campus. A woman told police she went into one of the restrooms. A man was waiting inside. She told them he held her at knife point and sexually assaulted her. Police say they have found inconsistencies with the report and the evidence that was found. They do not believe there is an ongoing threat, which is why the campus reopened as normal this morning.
A bill that would have capped rent increases in Washington has died in the House. If passed, House Bill 2114 would have capped rent hikes at 7% and monthly late fees at 1.5%. Supporters of the bill said rent has skyrocketed in the last 3 or 4 years, and a 7% cap would have helped stabilize people in their homes. Critics of the bill worried about that rate keeping up with market values for landlords.
Marijuana dispensaries and other licensed CBD businesses could soon get new protection under a bill co-sponsored by Washington Senator Maria Cantwell. The Secure and Fair Enforcement Regulation Banking Act of 2023 would allow those businesses access to banking and financial services. Because banks fear prosecution due to existing federal restrictions on cannabis, most marijuana businesses operate as cash only. This makes them much more vulnerable to theft and puts their employees in danger of violence.
It's crunch time for students heading to college and their parents. This year, a brand new version of the FAFSA form should make life easier for families. Less documents are needed because federal tax information is automatically collected from your 2022 tax details. The College Success Foundation is teaming up with local businesses to walk you through every step of these forms for free. For more information on how you can get connected, you can visit our website, kxly.com. All week long, I'll be talking to local experts to help you manage your finances for Money Makeover Week.
2 restaurants near the Spokane Community College face uncertain futures due to recent fires. Last week, fire damaged Sparky's, Subs, and Quesabroso on East Mission. Now, Sparky's has been around for 30 years, but Quesabroso was getting ready to open its doors on Friday. The owner of Quesabroso was still in the process of getting her insurance set up when the fire started, so now she has to start over. Neither business owners know when they'll be able to reopen, but to help out, look for this story on KXLY.com.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
Jelly Roll, the Beautifully Broken Tour. Friday, August 30th, Spokane Arena. With Warren Zeiders and Alexandra Kay.
Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, March 1st, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. For more, visit jellyroll615.com.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
All right, good morning, everybody. The tree that has been lit throughout the month of February, a couple more days, and then, well, all of Cowley Park will be dark. But we thank everyone who, again, went by that tree, supporting those who've been affected by breast cancer. Let's take a look at our forecast. It's going to be rain showers. I mean, Newport and Sandpoint, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snow. That's going to transition to rain. Our high today into the mid-40s. Again tomorrow. Spokane, lower elevations around Coeur d'Alene, you're going to have rain overnight. We'll have temperatures nearing 40 degrees through the weekend with hit and miss showers all the way through the beginning of next week.
Hey, big switch for starting your Wednesday morning with us.
Yeah, we'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.